Holy shit, Ddog's listening to a BTS song. Get out your pitchforks. Hi, everybody. I'm Teacher Reacts. No, I'm Ddog. This is Teacher Reacts. In my class, I listen to music videos. Now I started reacting to them on my channel. This, however, is Flashback Friday, which means we're going to look at old songs that we've never heard of, or if we have heard of, we just want to listen to them again. Now, this is going to be interesting. We know I get a little bit of hate on my channel, right? Because of one, well, there's two glaring things that's a problem with me. One is I'm very selective on the girl groups I like, but two involves this group, BTS. I've not really liked them very much. I find them very overrated. Now, before you get all angry and hit the dislike button and just run off, hear me out. I got into K-pop around 2013, 2014. When this song came out was about 2013 or so. I saw when We Are Bulletproof came out and all that stuff, and I just didn't find them. I found them as a generic hip-hop group. Now, later, when they had Run and I Need You, this was all about 2015, 2016 stuff, and when Dope came out, which I think was about 2016-ish, I started getting into them again, and then about 2018, 2019, the moment they started reaching like the cultural phenomenon that they became, I fell off of them because their songs ended up sounding very alike and whatnot. And I just didn't like it. Like Spring Day is one of my favorite BTS songs and one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. It transcends, like, it's one of the top songs of all time for me. But like, that's pretty much the biggest compliment that I can give them because I really like that song. Now, this is going to be interesting. I've never heard the song before. This is probably one of the very, very few BTS songs that I'm going completely blind into. And I figured if I was going to go into a song blind with them, first of all, it's going to be from at least 9 years ago because we're going way back in the day on Fridays. But other than that, I don't know anything about this. We're going to see a bunch of baby Jimin's and RM and all that other stuff back when he was called Rap Monster. Is he still called that? No, he's now just RM, I think. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this is going to be. If you like this video at any point in time, click the like button. It makes me feel good about myself. I get 480. Ew, gross. Give me 1080p. Thank you. We don't go. I'm just going to hit the button now. I've talked way too much. Hello. Let's watch, shall we? Ooh. Bing. Big Hit Entertainment. Well, they weren't lying with the whole big hit thing. I've seen this music video, but I've never listened to the song. Unless I'm wrong, wasn't this like a thing about, like, how military the K-pop schools are and stuff? I could be very wrong about that. I swear I remember something about this. Like, I was watching Eat Your Kimchi at the time and they went over this. Ooh, I love the strings though. This is very interesting because it's right before when I got into them. Interesting. Ooh. I love the little call and response they did there. Ooh. Isn't that Sugar? I think I know them, right? No, that's not him. I don't know. I'm not good with the people. It's not bad. It's not a bad song. I mean, I can see what they're trying to do and whatnot, but like, you can still tell that they're definitely trying to find who they are as a group. Because nowadays, if I looked at this reads a lot less BTS and a lot more like, I don't even know. Oh, gross. Don't give me the cringy English lyrics. The best thing about this so far are those strings in the back. Dude, I love your glasses. It's the same thing, shoot, what's his name? There's a Korean rapper that always wears those. Can't remember it for the life of me right now. Dude, Jimin though. Like how he's the only one that has sleeveless shirts. Ooh, double timing? What are we doing now? We getting a good old fashioned dubstep breakdown? That's just prime time for it right now, 2013. I like the breakdown. This is very it's very nice. Silly. Oh, that the end of it? Interesting. So, okay. Thoughts, right? Like the whole point of me watching this is because I have to have some type of thoughts of like, hey, it's a BTS song I've never heard before. Here's the thing. You can tell, because this is still very early BTS, they do not have like individualistic identities in this, by the way. They're very much like any other beginning K-pop group where they're all dressing the same, the choreography is all together and blah, blah, blah. Not really standing out that much. Now, obviously, we can say that like, J-Hope had his part and freaking RM had his part and everything. They all had their own little sections, right? But like, and this could be entirely because of the music video. They're all connected and whatnot. But they had this idea that BTS was at the beginning, the very, very beginning. They were going to be you could tell they were trying to be very hip hop, very bad boys, I guess would be the way to describe it. And luckily, they decided with the next like several videos after this that they dropped that basically entirely when they did the I Need You and Save Me and that entire era when they hit Spring Day and all that stuff, that entire thing, right? So like this could, not saying it does, could come off as cringy. I mean, it could. I mean, the one or two English lyrics came off as a little cringy just because of the word choice and everything. But like, I can understand, like, I'm assuming they wrote this as in like RM or somebody wrote this. I know they usually write their own songs for the most part. So like, I can see like how they had a message, even if it was being like forcibly fed into your face. There's obviously a message here. I can't talk very well today. I'm sorry. So putting that aside, let's talk about the music, right? The music, ow, I hit my hand. The music is not that bad. It's very much something I could definitely hear from like an NCT or something like that, to where it is hip hop beat, but like you have the strings, which is nice. Do you know one thing that I will say I really enjoy about this? There's like no auto tune, which is good. Like no overly abundant auto tune like we've been hearing in the Super Junior and the 2PM and the M Black and like all the stuff from back in 2010s, 2011, 2012 ish. But like this is right after Gangnam Style came and whatnot, and I don't even remember about Gangnam Style, most of that. I should probably listen to that at some point, right? So like big thing about 2010, 2011, there was a lot of it. And so now we're in 2013 and it's almost completely gone from this song in particular, which is nice because that showcases their voices a little more. It does make it sound a little unique. You can pick out which voices RMs, which voices Jimin, which voices all the other ones whose name J-Hope, Suga, isn't there one that's like Cook, Jun Cook? No, yes, no. I can't name them very well. I'm telling you that right now. I know Jimin. He's my favorite. Uh, so like I do really enjoy that. I enjoy that this has strings in it. I enjoy that it has, even though it's a product of its time and you don't see it very much anymore, like the little dubstep breakdown that they had towards the end there. I enjoyed that as well. There are a lot of good things about this song, right? There's a lot of things that you can look at and be like, yeah, that's a really good song, but it's also very rough. There's a lot of yelling, there's a lot of screaming and whatnot. Not screaming, but a lot of yelling. And obviously they still have that nowadays, but like, it could, like, it's very rough sounding and you can tell that it's still early in their career. So they're very much still trying to figure out their identity at the time. They still haven't, like, at this point in time, they haven't blown up to be mega stars yet, if that makes sense. I mean, heck, that didn't start happening until, 2016, 17. I remember Fake Love was super, super getting there. And that's about the time where like every single that they came out with, every single comeback was just a little higher on the Billboard charts, a little higher after that, a little higher after, and it was like a monsoon of popularity comes to them, right? Like Fake Love, I loved Fake Love when that came out too. So I should say, like, there is some of their newer stuff that I do enjoy, but I'm not one of those people that like, oh, every song of theirs is perfect. No, I'm not like that. I have a niche. I've always had a niche with the stuff I listen to. I love stuff with dark themes. I love stuff that has a very good instrumental, and like the early BTS stuff. I can admit, I will admit that it did turn me off to BTS a lot because I did not like the hip hop stuff. I did not like the very roughness of it. And that's the same way. Look at like my two baddies thing with NCT, where like there is certain hip hop songs that it's just not my genre. I like the dark evil concepts, the fantasy concepts, that kind of stuff. I'm about to go listen to Kingdom and their new song Dystopia, which by now you've probably seen my reaction to. Oh, I think like I have my own niche that I like to listen to, and this just isn't part of it. I can see why other people would like it though. There is a lot of good things about it. It's just not something that I'm really into. Now, if you throw Fake Love at me or throw Spring Day at me, I'll eat those songs up. Okay, I've talked way too much now. By now, every person who likes BTS has probably disliked this video, but if you haven't, hit the like button. It makes me feel good about myself. Comment, tell me what your opinions are about old BTS, as in the original first 3 or 4 songs. Do you think that they were still trying to find their way at the time? Do you think that it's an era of its own? Do you like that stuff more than you like Spring Day, or like which era of BTS do you think is the best for you? Do you like the overly Americanized pop that they released recently? It's just something that I wanna throw out there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000. It'd be really neat for me to hit 1,000 eventually, but I'm going to turn this off now. I've talked way too much. Y'all have a lovely day, and hopefully I don't have a million mean people in the comments, because Lord knows by now they haven't even watched the video and all they did was hear me say I hate BTS. Gosh darn, Army, always screwing things up.